In a matter of days, Bryan Kohberger, the man guilty of killing those 4 University of Idaho students, will be sentenced, with some victims' family members set to give impact statements in the courtroom, others refusing to even attend, including Steve Gonsalves, the father of Kaylee, who expressed his frustrations with the plea deal in a NewsNation exclusive interview.
My kids came out of it and said they don't think they ever want to go back in the courtroom again. So I don't even think we're actually going to even do a victim statement. There's no point in it. It's pointless exercise. I respect that some family was in my position years ago, and they probably felt a lot like how I feel right now and thought that they should be able to speak and address the courtroom and try to fix the courtroom. That's probably what these victim statements were supposed to be, but they're not that anymore.
And following that sentencing, some evidence will also finally be released as the judge overseeing the case has decided to lift a years-long gag order. That sentencing again to take place on Wednesday. And for more, we're bringing in NewsNation Law and Justice contributor and former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer. Jennifer, thanks for joining us on this.
Good evening, Natasha.
Let's start with the gag order lift. What is your initial reaction, and what new evidence do you think we will see?
Well, it made a lot of sense because the gag order is always put in place to protect the process. In other words, you can't have information get out there, the jury pool possibly being tainted. So that was the reason. So now, without a trial proceeding happening, there's no reason for it. However, the judge on this. He said, listen, I'm going to go through this from the most recent to the most furthest away of filings and evidence before it's released. So he's going to keep a tight hold on what comes out and when it comes out.
You know, last night, Steve Gonsalves joined NewsNation's Banfield with his opinion on the gag order. Let's take a quick listen together.
We requested for basically Kaylee, what happened to Kaylee. So I know her sisters want to do a victim statement and address the exacts, some of the things that happened to her. And they basically wouldn't share any information with us on, what happened to her. So it's just a dog and pony show that we're supposed to pretend like there's top secret information inside these docs. It's pretty gross.
You know, it's so interesting. Steve has been trying to get more information from prosecuting attorneys for some time now about how exactly his daughter died. He says he wants to hear it from them rather than Kohberger himself. He said he's going to be having exclusive interviews. He's going to write about it. You know, that's how we're going to hear about this information. Jennifer, do you think that he's right? And what do you think this father is owed in all of this?
You know, when you look at somebody like Steve, we're getting a lot of details, and he's had them for a while directly from the coroner about his daughter being gagged, about her being bludgeoned about the head, about the stabbing. This was just horrific. And so I think it's very difficult to have any sort of negative judgment against how he and his family are reacting when law enforcement has not given them the details in specificity regarding the entirety of the case and how his daughter was murdered.
Oh, yeah, I think the entire country, just an outpouring of compassion for how he and his family are feeling, incredibly understanding of that. What is your prediction for this sentencing?
Well, I predict that they won't be there. I predict that, and I say I predict, he has said they are not going to go. So unless at the last minute they have found peace with this, if you will, with their God and their maker and how they were going to handle it. And they don't want this to interrupt their life anymore. I would expect Kara Kernodle to be there, the mother of Xana Kernodle. And I would also expect the Mogans to be there. I wouldn't expect Bryan Kohberger to say a word.
All right. Jennifer Coffindaffer, appreciate you coming on as always. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.